it's this is another crazy plot because they just kind of flash back to it, and he did like in the end he committed the murder.
Yes,
but he didn't mean to really. He was struggling.
Welcome to the Tabs and Tash YouTube channel. I'm Tabs.
Tasha here.
Today we have another movie review, and we're going to be reviewing Forgotten, directed by Jan Ho Jun. Hopefully I'm pronouncing the name right. And starring Kan Ho Neo and Kim Mo Yo. Sorry if I pronounced the names wrong.
That's actually pretty good. I think that's pretty good. Yeah. Forgotten is a movie about Jin Suk, who is the main kind of character, the younger brother, and his family moving into a new home. But things kind of seem off inside the home. Just little things kind of pop up, especially when they're moving in. And then the big kind of start of the film is when his brother gets kidnapped. And after that, the movie kind of explodes into a real kind of psychological thriller, kind of classic Korean kind of film stuff.
Breaking down the movie, off the bat, we get a sense that things are a bit uneasy with them moving into a new place and all of them just standing in front of the new building. And that gives you an eerie feeling that because if you're coming in without knowing a lot about the movie, you think it's even a haunted house movie because the house kind of looks a little creepy. But the first instance that you actually get from the movie where it tells you that there's something wrong is when they're moving in and the protagonist is talking to one of the movers, and the movers asks him, how old, like what's the age gap between you, or who's the elder brother, right? I guess that's where you get the first sense of things being wrong. And that scene is just brushed aside without you getting more, but you're like, what's happening?
Also the intro, when they first move, like stand outside the house, they're kind of like, he has like that feeling like I've been here before. I think they have that narration in the movie. Doesn't he say like?
Yes, he does mention that. You're right about that.
I think I've been here.
I've been here before.
Like, it's like reminiscent or something.
Yes. He has like a little dialogue where you also get the feeling that what's happening a bit. But yeah, he does mention something like that.
Yeah, it kind of sets up like that kind of spooky mood for the movie.
Yes.
Yeah. So then, when they move in, the brother gets kidnapped, and eventually, I think it's like 19 days later, the brother just kind of reappears and comes home. And then this is when like things start to go a little bit off inside the house, especially for Jin Suk, the younger brother. Also, Jin Suk's on like medication, so that's like another like weird like variable in the movie throughout the whole thing.
And he's we didn't add this part, but he's studying for some exam or something. So that's why he's at home all the time, and the brother goes out. Yeah, and obviously. It makes it seem like a perfect picture family where he talks about his brother in high regards, like his brother's best in tennis, best in this, and he's just like the kid who's behind, like he's been overshadowed by his brothers. So you get that feeling where he feels he's not really loved by the family, so he just plays his own role in the family portrait, I guess. And
there's also just the room in the house that they're not allowed to go into.
True, that's a big plot in the whole movie. At the beginning of the movie, at least. Yeah,
that's definitely the one big kind of like the mystery in it.
And I guess the excuse from the dad was that it's one of the rooms where the previous owner told him not to go in because he has some things in. Yeah. But from the get-go, you start hearing things inside the room, like little stumps here and there.
And stuff,
And even, I think he also has a dream at the beginning where he opens the door and there's this scary lady that comes popping in. Yeah. So even at the beginning, the movie kind of like twists you around, making you feel like it's a haunted house movie. Yeah. Or just a bit like suspense mystery movie.
Yeah, it definitely starts hitting you with like different perspectives and how the mind works, especially the fact that he's on like medication and stuff really kind of throws you for a loop. But then the big thing after that is that he starts to pick up on little things about his brother when he comes home. That there's one time when he sees his brother.
You mean?
Yeah, the older brother. He sees him walk the wrong way on the wrong leg.
Oh yes, comes back. I think we forgot to mention that brother.
Oh yeah, he's got like a limp or something.
Limp, yeah.
And then he just kind of starts catching these little things with the mom and the dad, and eventually he sees that his brother is going out late at night, and one time he follows him, and the brother is like a completely different person.
Yes. And what ends up happening is that the brother notices that he's being followed, so he sends some group of people to chase after his younger brother. And what ensues is that he finally gets home, but then he presses his. What happens is that they go into this whole rampage where he's running around. Then the other brother is the person who eventually captures him by sedating him with something.
Gives him some chloroform thing.
And then he wakes up. Then he questions his brother like, "Hey, I saw you going here and there," but the brother's like, "I don't know what you're talking about." But the brother slips up by saying, "You took a taxi to follow me," or something like that. And that's where we start getting to the bone of the movie, where it's like, okay, we're getting there's something wrong with the brother. What's happening, right?
Yeah. Throughout all of it, it's kind of funny because they kind of pull you in different ways. You think that what Jin-suk, the younger brother, is saying is right, and then they throw the medication thing, and you're like, oh, maybe I am dreaming.
Yes.
Or maybe it's this way or that way.
Another huge plot is when he tells the mom about this, then he overhears the mom talking to the stepbrother and just calling him. He thinks, I think Jin-suk has found out what's happening.
Yeah.
Then he has to try and escape and get back into his room because the he's being told to go check up on him. Yeah. And obviously it's raining outside, so he comes in, he's soaked in. And the mom knows it's like, there's something wrong, but she doesn't leave. She stays, and when he comes, it's like, so you've been sweating under the covers or something?
Yeah.
But it all goes wrong. So he tries to come out to escape, but then the dad comes in. It's like, where are you going?
Yeah.
And they go through this whole chase where he then eventually ends up in a police station, right?
Yeah.
And from there, he's being told.
This is the huge twist. Yeah.
This is one of the. I keep mentioning twists, but he's being told that the year is 2017, I believe, and he thinks it's 19 something.
Yeah.
And he thinks it's
21, I think.
21. And what the director does, which I'll give him a point here, is that he then switches the age, because throughout the movie to that point, he looks younger.
Yeah.
Then they reveal his real facial attributes where he looks old.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay. Another plot twist, I didn't get this till after the date was revealed. Was at the beginning of the movie, the elder brother puts the calendar up. And you see the date on it, but obviously at the beginning you don't get the significance of it.
Yeah, you think they're moving in, right?
But that was a little thing. The movie has little plots here and there, but that was really good when they brought the police station part brought the whole thing. Good. Then he goes back home.
That's the big reveal. He's actually 41 years old instead of 21, and after that he ends up getting captured by his family again, and this is when you kind of find out that the family has had a whole plot centered around Jin-suk, the younger brother. So it's they kind of reveal the whole thing. They torture him a bit, and they explain to him you're the prime witness in a murder that happened in that house, and the whole family is just a team that was built together to kind of reignite your memory, because they think he
was traumatized.
Yeah, he was traumatized and repressed those memories of the murder that happened in that house. So they're trying to replay it with him.
So once the memory, they go through a stage of trying to get him to remember things. He gets beaten up, tried to regain his memory, and they're like, we have evidence, we know it's you for sure. They end up trying to transport him to somewhere else, but he then escapes from the car. Yeah. And this whole car chase scene where he's running around, and the elder brother, who is now revealed as a cop, is being shown chasing him, but then gets into a car accident. And rather than help him, he decides to walk away. But as he's walking away, he gets struck by a car. Mm-hmm. And the next scene you see is he's awake they show a scene of him in the hospital. Yeah. But what ends up happening is that he has this flashbacks. Yeah. That's remembering what happened to him.
Yeah. So he regains his memory on the event that they were trying to stimulate. And it's this is another crazy plot because they just kind of flash back to it. And he did in the end, he committed the murder.
Yes.
But he didn't mean to really. He was struggling. He was trying to earn some money. He was trying to help his one brother, his real brother, who was in the hospital.
Yeah, I don't know how much I agree with him struggling, because the whole idea was that he told them during the flashback, told the mom not to scream. The kids come in, the daughter comes in, she's screaming, and he decides to chase her, and they get into a little scrabble, and he stabs her.
Yeah.
Obviously, things are all over the place. Mom comes and sees that she's screaming, he stabs her too. That's where I'm like, you are at fault for it. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know what he went through. Obviously, I think we made a huge mistake by now making a huge plot twist for the reasons of him getting to the house.
Yeah.
Which was that his own family had some problems where they had an accident and his mom and dad died.
Yeah.
But his brother was in hospital and needed medication bills to pay.
Yeah.
And he was trying to find help online. And eventually the person who hires him is a doctor that's actually taking care of his brother. And the doctor wants him to go kill his wife because he put some life insurance on her.
Yeah. And
So
also at this point, I think it's like in Korea, like there's a big economic depression or something.
Yes.
So like no one's got money right now.
Yes.
Everyone's struggling.
Yes. So that was his own reason for doing that, which is already evil at the end. Like taking a life on the life is already wrong.
Yeah.
But he finally regains his memory, and then we are taken back to the present time with the protagonist. The cop who was playing as his older brother coming in.
Mm-hmm.
And at this point, he's like, okay, I know it was you. Do you know why? Because I was the little kid you spared.
Yeah. He was the son of the doctor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
son of the doctor. Doctor. They had a boy and a girl and the mom in the house when he went to do that.
Yeah.
But he decides to spare the boy, telling him that the family will come down and see him soon. So the cop is now pissed and is like, I know it was you. It was me that you spared. Now I'm going to kill you.
Yeah.
Then he says, like, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Like the guy pretty much, the younger brother, Jinsuk, pretty much apologizes for like what happened because he knew what he did was wrong. And then the fake older brother, Yusuk, who's the cop, kind of just asks him like, did my father have anything to do with it? Because he had done his research and he knew that there was like life insurance on the mother and that his his relatives took all the money and sent him to an orphanage, right? So he lost all that.
And plot mention, so Jin Sok and the dad did meet after the incident happened in the house. And then they go into a little scrabble and he ends up falling off the building and dying. Now Yusuk, who was the little kid that got spared, that doesn't have any family members, he's just alone, apart from his extended family.
Yusuk asks him like about like, was his dad involved in the killing? And Jinsuk's pretty much like, he's just he takes like all the blame. He's like, it was my fault. I'm sorry. But Yusuk's like a smart dude. So he's like, I understand. Like my dad was probably part of it. And he kind of leaves without actually killing Jinsuk. He kind of just leaves Jinsuk there. And he's like trying to come to terms with what he's kind of realized, that the person he's been hunting down probably wasn't like the main cause of his family getting, of him being like an orphan. And then at this point, Jinsuk's just like so distraught that he like takes the poison Yusuk was going to use on him and just takes it himself. And later it cuts to Yusuk in the hospital. He just comes to terms with everything. He can't handle it and jumps out the window and kills himself.
Yeah.
And in the end,
that was a tough part to see, to be honest. I don't know. I mean, you finally got kind of the answer you want. I don't know if you exactly have to go kill yourself, but that was tough to see him doing that. And obviously Jin Sok, after finally saying the truth, and he too being an orphan now, no family members, nothing. The poison that Yusuk brought to use to kill him, he decides to use on himself, and they all die. So pretty much everyone in the family dies. Yeah, there's no happy ending.
No happy ending at all.
But you get little like plot twists where Jim Suk, I don't know if they're in heaven or this actually did happen.
It's kind of like a dream sequence.
It's like a dream sequence where he meets Yusuk's family when Yusuk was still a kid, before the whole incident happens, and they like have a little conversation, and they both go to their families because both of their families are dead. So this could be, it's kind of almost like after the real bad ending, it's almost like a little subtle, hey, they just put this in there to make you feel good about it.
Maybe in heaven, like they're seeing their families now.
But I don't know. You should still have some vendetta after the whole thing happened.
Yeah.
But the movie ends like that. I think while breaking that movie, we talked about some of our favorite parts as we're breaking it down. And in general, the movie was great. I really enjoyed watching the whole movie. I think you recommended it to me.
Yeah.
We usually grade our movies out of 10. If I was to grade this, now we're thinking, like after watching, actually talking about it now, I think I'll give it a solid 7 out of 10. I think it had a lot of plot twists. For a Netflix movie, it was pretty good.
Yeah.
So yeah, check it out on Netflix. Actually, on Netflix, we're not endorsed by them or sponsored by them.
We could be.
Maybe down the line. But you should definitely check it out. What about you?
Yeah, I give it a 7. It's just like it's a solid movie. I'm not usually one that enjoys too many like plot twists and stuff like that. So this one kind of was like, whoa, where am I going?
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, it was a good overall movie. The twists were kind of well realized, and the actors were good, and so was the direction and stuff like that. It was pretty. It's a wild movie for sure. Definitely in that vein of Korean movies. So yeah, this is we're following up our last Korean was The Witch review.
No, Memories of Murder.
Oh, true. Yeah. So we're still on the Korean movies. So
and we haven't had so far. We haven't had any bad ones. They've all been great. Yeah. So on our channel, I'll say Memories of Murder is the best. So make sure you check out our video.
Yeah. And if you guys like Korean films, please recommend more to us. It's always fun to check out new films, and we want to do some more reviews.
Yeah. Thank you for watching this video. If you're new to the channel, make sure you check out all the videos. Leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment. Let us know like what Tashi said. Leave a comment what other Korean movies we can review. Give us feedback on how better we can make this video, or what else you'd like to see. If you want clips or you just want picture frames, it will really help us out to make better videos and better content. And peace.
And that's it for another episode of the Tabs and Tash Podcast. Wow!